You guys, I am so excited about the fact that this week's podcast, we talked to my brother Michael and his wife Stephanie and their new baby Renee, and she's so gorgeous. She's about a month old. So gorgeous, so beautiful. And we were able to visually record the podcast because of Zoom. So you can either click on the link down below to listen to the podcast, or you can watch the rest of this video and watch the podcast and see their beautiful baby. Listen to the interview. It's so fun. So you guys, today's vlog is the podcast episode. That is so much fun. It was so fun to talk to Michael and Stephanie and get like a new perspective on how they've jumped into the role of parenthood. So let's get right into it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Evans Life, A Remarkable Adventure. I'm at work, as you can see, and so I'm not going to get to be part of this episode, except to say we're welcoming Michael and Stephanie and their new little baby, Renee, who is our 22nd grandchild, and we just love her so much and are so excited to get to talk to Michael and Stephanie about having their very first child and walking into the world of parenthood. And so we're so excited tonight, and thank you so much, guys, for joining us. And Stacy, I'm going to turn it over to you and get back to work real quick.
Oh, thank you, Dad. Enjoy work and, do their thing that you do.
Okay, love you guys.
Love
Take
you.
care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Look, her and I have the same hair color.
Finally, we can talk about Dad. Just kidding. Okay. Tough crowd.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, you're our 9th child, Michael. You are your parents' first child, Stephanie. So we've got a 9 and a 1 together, and they've made their first little baby girl.
Yeah.
Makes it 10, who's her.
Oh, she is number 10. She's so cute. She is definitely a dime. Yeah, like a 10.
She's really pretty. I want to be as pretty as her when I grow up.
Oh,
She's
you are.
gorgeous.
She got your beauty
I don't know
stuff.
how, like, babies, they usually look like potatoes.
Like this right now from this
Seriously.
angle?
No, but
she's
she
so
is
cute.
the most beautiful baby. You guys look at her. I'm so
that's
obsessed.
Oh,
Her little
so gorgeous.
squishy face.
And this COVID thing is absolutely not working for me at all. So everybody needs to get to know a little bit about who you are. So Michael, tell us a little bit about what you have done in the past, what you're doing. Then Steph, you tell us a little bit about you, and then we'll ask you a few questions about your love journey, and then we'll go right into being a mommy and a daddy.
Awesome. Should I start when I was
A child, but a child.
still yet cells within my mother and father? Should I start there?
Absolutely.
Let's
You know what? We
pass that
actually
just
had
a little bit.
Oh, okay.
we had that conversation with Grace today
What?
about surrogacy, like how babies
Okay, well,
like the
this is-
cells.
so Michael, tell us a little bit about what drives
Yeah, so
you.
I was born into a moderately large family, 8 children at the time. I was number 9. Should I go into the phone call we had today about how you were kind of labeling me as a child?
Sure.
If you'd like to,
So-
go right ahead.
Yeah, golden child. Born, which is really surprising because the middle child is usually lost. But I was born to 8 previous children, golden child right away with my highlights that my baby has as well.
I know Michael, when he was born, had hair just like her. He was 3 pounds bigger though. And then he had little yellow highlights in all of his thick black hair. She has kind of some little highlights throughout
Oh.
it, right?
So we're hoping her
So-
hair gets to be like mine when she's older.
I bet Steph is holding her breath.
But yeah, so which is interesting to be called the golden child when yet 9 would be born after me. But I'll take the label. Grew up very highly motivated to eat everything in front of me. Sports was a side gig. Loved being around friends as long as that lasted until I babysat and friends disappeared. But quickly learned to be friends with family. and siblings, which is good.
It's a
Um,
tough life he had.
Mine and Stacey's relationship, bring that in. Before she was chasing me with a shoe, but now she calls me on the daily, which is nice. So we have a good relationship now.
I've tried to step back a little bit now that you like have a
Yeah.
family and a baby and like a wife.
Yeah.
And so like I try to like pretend like we're not best friends anymore and just, have that separation.
Right. So obviously very close with family. So that was important to me. Do you want me to go?
Well, and I mean, in high school, I loved to play.
With Stephanie, like on dates. Love to
No,
play with
I
Stephanie.
played baseball, and
Oh,
then
I was on the baseball team.
I was on the baseball team,
I
and
was
then
the best captain to not play. And then I went on my mission to Germany.
an LDS proselyting mission to Germany.
LDS proselyting mission, formerly known as Mormon mission.
But what did you do before that? I mean, you kind of had a coach in baseball that kind of took you a different direction.
Yeah, just wanted to. He, for training purposes, he had us do CrossFit in his gym that he opened. Fell in love with that because if I couldn't play on the baseball field, thought I'd use all my energy for something else that I could control. So it was like 200 pounds as a ninth grader or an eighth grader. Lost a bunch of weight to like 160 as a ninth grader. And then just tried, being in shape for sports, but then it kind of turned into something more than that. Started using fitness as a sport, which is fun. And then went on my mission, my LDS proselyting mission to Germany, to Frankfurt, Germany, 2015 of June to 2017 of May 31st. And then came home. Actually, Stephanie wrote me every week in my mission except for once. Because one time I told her I think she shouldn't write me as much so I could focus.
Oh, wow.
Oops.
Yeah. But then she was patient with me. She started writing me again, all the while dating almost anyone at her university.
Okay, that's good.
Well, you know what? While you were gone, Stephanie would come over, and I really enjoyed that time we had together. You would come over.
Yeah, a lot of good conversations about my dating life and how Michael was just the best one.
Well, I remember we were sitting on the steps and we had like matching dresses on.
Oh, really?
And we were talking, and you were telling me all about this guy. And you're like, they're just red flags. And I was like, oh, how does he compare to Michael? Because I've always been your biggest fan.
No, red flags like the amusement park. He was fun.
No, that's Six Flags.
Oh,
But,
six red
no,
flags.
he was a great guy, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with him, at all. Who you were dating?
We
but
were
it was,
just voting for Michael
yeah.
the whole time.
and I think it was fun because we were able to build that relationship of friends before you became a sister-in-law.
Totally.
Which I really value because I consider you one of my best friends now. And I think it was just like a beautiful time together that we had, not to be weird, but it was, I think, a really great opportunity for us to grow closer, and you grow closer to the family without Michael being here to be part of it, So
Wow, that was,
we have layers of our friendship.
Yeah,
That's fun.
which I think it's really cool.
so how old were you when you first two met? When the first time you met?
I
In
was-
days or years?
Days.
I'm gonna answer all the questions. I was 14 and he was 15.
Oh,
Oh.
And then when did you both decide that you oh wow? Wait, Dad
Well, I
said that
wrote in my journal that same year, I'm gonna marry him.
I found out, I think, yesterday.
yesterday. Okay. Well, at least you
Yeah.
came to the party. But I think, Steph, didn't Bob tell you that one time when you were in where the piano is now, that he just kind of looked in there and knew that you would be our daughter-in-law? Didn't he
Yeah,
tell you that story?
I think so. And my mom had the same feeling about him. Michael was outside playing with my brothers,
In the backyard, right? Was
in
it?
the backyard
Yeah.
it was my birthday and I invited all my friends from my private school plus Michael. So it was really weird. I tried to combine my friends and it didn't work very well. So Michael was alone with my brothers playing basketball. But my mom looked out the window and was like, I think that's my son-in-law out there.
Oh,
Oh
that's
my
so cute. So
gosh.
I remember Michael left you something before he left for 2 years. Now, those of you that are listening and don't understand the parameters of what goes on, what went on from Michael, he was able, Kelly, I don't know why this is making me emotional. We were only able to talk to him for the 2 Christmases that he was gone for a bit of time. And then he was able to call on Mother's Day. So we had 4 times in 24 months that we were able to talk to you. Steph came over for both Christmases. Did you come
And
over?
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day? You were
I
here
don't
for,
She was
remember.
over for
I'm
most
pretty
of it.
sure it was probably all the opportunities I could get to talk to Michael. I was there.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
probably.
it was pretty incredible to be able to see him and talk to him. But before you left something for Stephanie to help her remember you for 2 years.
Was it the blackmail or something else?
Ugh.
No, yes. So I left her a jar of Hershey's chocolate droplets, kisses,
Droplets.
Hershey's kisses. And inside,
You're
there's a
forgetting.
note.
You're
that-
forgetting.
no, I don't remember where I put it. So inside had a picture of us together
Mhm.
in the bottom. But then either under the lid or under the bottom said, "Here is a kiss for every night I'm gone." And then it was for every day there was one Hershey's kiss.
That's
Yeah.
so cute.
But
So,
she
so
definitely
cute.
had more kisses than that when I was gone. So
Whatever.
okay, let's kind of fast forward. We went through the, I mean, no, you dated.
Before we fast forward, Steph, tell us about you. Okay, so Stephanie grew up the street from us.
Yes.
So tell us about you.
Yes. Yeah, I grew up in Alpine right here, just like because Michael and I grew up in the same neighborhood. So, but I didn't really know who he was because, like I said, I went to a private school and I don't know, I kind of just had my own thing and I didn't really know a lot of the neighbors around me since I wasn't in school with them and stuff. So
Yeah.
when I met Michael, I didn't even realize we were in the same ward or anything. Because I don't know, we're different age groups too. And so I didn't really know who he was, but yeah, I met him when I was 14. I'm the oldest of 6. We're a blended family. So I have an awesome stepdad and stepbrother and half brother. And let's see, I grew up involved in a lot of stuff like sports, but my main thing was figure skating and I love to do. So I coach figure skating and I've been in some shows and I love it so much. And I'm anxious to get back to it after having her.
And you
Yeah,
were,
she's
you
beautiful
were still
skater.
figure skating when you were what, 7, 8 months pregnant? I mean, she was out there in
I
those.
skated that 9 months.
Oh my gosh. And she was even doing squats in the hospital while she was there to deliver the baby. So, I mean, she's like super athletic.
Well, it's
Yeah,
fun
I
to
love-
watch you.
Yeah, I love to be moving and active. And so other than skating, I play the piano and I love art and I don't know.
Incredible
Very,
artist.
you're very well rounded as a human. Like the
So
figure
yeah, these
skating
two
is
are a
amazing.
perfect complement, and your children will have nothing but the chance to be athletic
Mhm.
because
And be
with
anything.
Michael and his success in CrossFitting and your beauty and grace and figure skating, it'll be fun to see what happens. So, okay, let's fast forward. Michael, you got home from being gone for 2 years, and I don't remember the exact sequence, but how did you guys reconnect? I mean, did you kind of have to start over? I mean, I actually know the answers to these, but how did that play out? So you got home.
Well, yeah, so I didn't even know what was gonna happen when he got home. I wasn't even sure if he was gonna call me or anything, and I was kind of freaking out. And but he did eventually call like 3 or something days after. he got
24 hours.
home. Was it? Okay.
That but seems like a
Okay,
lifetime
long
for a girl.
24 hours.
Yeah.
I was like dying. I was like, is he gonna call me? What's going on and stuff? And yeah, so he called and we set up a time to I don't know.
you were down in St. George.
Oh yeah, my family lived in St. George, so I wasn't even in town at all. And
She
so
decided to leave town when I got home because she didn't know what was gonna happen.
I probably was running a little bit, a little scary.
That's okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, 2 years is a long time.
Oh, we actually flew up that night. So I got
No,
home
I
on like a Thursday. Like Thursday night, I got set apart that night. Friday, I was actually at the Riverwoods, which we were actually at today, which is funny. And I called her and she said she was in St. George and she said she was flying home that night.
Yeah.
And she wanted me to
And then
come see her friends or something.
Oh yeah, and then we set up a time just to meet up. So he was with Paul and I was with all my roommates. And
So
we're-
Paul's your younger brother. I mean,
yeah.
our younger
Yeah.
Our younger brother.
brother.
He was
Um,
my companion for the day.
Yeah, and Michael, we hung out, and Michael later told me that he was like, "Oh my gosh, she's so different." And because I was in college, I was at the University of Utah, and I had kind of crazy roommates, and just things were a little bit different than the high school Stephanie. So he was.
I was a
kinda-
little different too. I remember giving her a hug and patting her on the back.
So better than shaking your hand.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe you did that too.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, he was kind of freaked out. But then we ended up hanging out one-on-one finally, and I kind of was able to tell him about the last 2 years of my life and things I went through and how I had changed and whatever. And he liked me more then because he realized
Yes, I did.
what was going on with me and the good and the bad ways I had changed, I guess, just how
Well,
people.
you grow up a lot in 2 years,
Yeah.
19,
Yeah.
20, 21's,
Those
some
are
really
yeah, from high
big
school to
growth
college.
in those years. So,
Yeah.
so okay, Michael, when did you propose to Stephanie? What month?
July
Is
20.
it
Dad's birthday.
Okay, July 20th.
And we were
okay.
on mom and I were on a girls' trip. Oh my gosh, it was the longest day of my life.
Waiting for
knowing
you that this
that
was
Michael
gonna
was going
happen.
to propose to you. And I was in Oregon and I had to sit on social media all day and wait until we knew something. I was like, is this going to happen? And it happened. It was the greatest thing ever.
And
No,
you
it's
said
not
yes,
very
I
sweet.
assume. And Steph said yes.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was at Bridalveil Falls, and it was the day before my birthday. So I thought it was gonna be on my birthday. So the day before, he threw me off. And I was,
Oh, that
Did
was
you
good.
know? Did you know he was going to propose?
no, I thought it was gonna be on my birthday. I didn't even think about him doing it early. I don't because he told me he had work all day.
I'm always sneaky. I actually left work in Park City.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
that's
I went
right.
to a Smith's to get a flower for her. And the lady at Smith's, because I was so broke, actually gave it to me for free.
Oh,
It's
sweet.
a sunflower.
I
Yeah.
didn't even know that.
Oh,
Oh,
that's cute. Did you ask her exactly like, will you marry me? Or how'd you say it?
I said, would you consider possibly thinking about?
spending forever with me.
I wish I had the Michael's quote.
Don't you ever, under any circumstances?
No, the one he
Ever.
proposes to.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love
Oh,
that.
Yeah,
I
so
love
he said my full name and said, "Will you marry me?" and probably said some other things. I have it written down somewhere, hopefully.
Oh, that is so
Okay.
great. Okay, then fast forward to December and you were married.
A
Yes.
long 7 months,
I made him wait 6 months
8 months.
to
I
get
knew
married.
you.
But it was, yeah, we had a winter wedding in between semesters because we were both in school and things were so busy and so crazy and stressful. But we had to find a little window of time to get married. So we got married December 28th, and it was so fun.
then
Stacy
you
was bridesmaid.
And then you went directly to Cancun and
Yeah.
played, right? And we were joking a few weeks ago saying, I think it was last year, we had said to you guys, what are you going to do for next December, meaning the one we just had? I mean, your first year you were in Cancun, second year you were in Jamaica with us for Brian and Tracy's wedding, last year at the cabin, and then on to Hawaii. And we kept saying they can't top that. Nobody would have ever thought that you would have a Christmas Eve baby. So, and here she is.
She's so
I know.
perfect.
Leslie's the best thing of our lives. She's so pretty and amazing and happy and just adorable.
Oh, what a sweet, incredible blessing. So she
Sleep
was,
8 hours every night.
8 hours?
yeah.
And
You
she's
sleep
counts
8
the-
hours, Steph, the baby
counts the
don't.
hours.
Minutes.
a
We're-
full 8 minutes.
You know, that's just like it is a
Eight.
new mom. Felt like an hour. It was 1 minute. So tell it, I mean, you were in labor. She was born, luckily, with all the COVID restrictions, they were lifted in Utah. So at least the dad was able to be in the delivery room and your mom got to come and meet her, right?
Yeah, we had to, yeah, it definitely was a little bit stressful and we had to kind of work around some things. But yeah, Michael was able to be there. My mom was able to be there the next day. So it
So-
all worked
it's just so incredible. And I'm sitting here almost in tears, just wanting to hold her and can't wait to be able to do that. But at what point did you go, oh my gosh, I'm going to be a mom or I'm going to be a dad? I mean, was it during the pregnancy? Was it when you were actually in labor? When did each of you go, whoa, that kind of, this is real?
Yeah. For me, it was probably like the day I found out I was pregnant. I was like, oh my gosh, this is happening. It's like I remember crying, with like lots of emotions, like happy and scared and a little bit shocked. And yeah, I think that the day I was pregnant, I really like it dawned on me, and I was obviously it's been like, realization since then, and it probably hit me the hardest when I was holding her for the first time. But I don't know, that's how it was for me.
When we found out, I was super excited. I felt like I knew before, but when it really hit me, I think the first time is when we found out it was going to be a girl, because at first we just called her Baby Bean, just a little bean. And then when we found out it was a girl, we already knew if it was a girl, we would call her Renee. So then attaching a name to her got me really excited and looking forward to it. And I think that's when it was kind of real for me. And then seeing her lay on Steph's chest after she was born, I think kind of seeing the life that we brought into this world, I think that was another real surreal moment for me.
So when she was born, did they put her directly on Steph's chest, or who
They
held
put
her?
her on my
first?
chest first.
Okay.
Michael got in the bed and I got out.
You
That's
moved
really
out
sweet
so
of
he
you,
could play
Steph.
dad.
No, yeah, they put her directly on her chest, which was awesome.
Oh,
Steph still had her face mask on, of course.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, so you
Delivered with a
delivered
mask
a
on.
mask on.
oh my gosh. You deserve every award on the planet because just wearing a mask is so annoying.
And the crazy thing is, not only is she beautiful and has tons of hair, she was like born with full on long eyelashes. I mean, anybody that's been a mom knows that baby's eyelashes don't come in that fast, you know?
No, I know. I rewatched. We filmed the whole thing, the delivery, and I watched it the other day just because I was thinking about it, and I realized that is the first thing the nurses said was her eyelashes. Oh my gosh! And
Yeah.
I forgot that, so I'm glad I filmed it to remember that.
Oh, I love that you did that. Those memories and those keepsakes are going to be such amazing things for
We'll
you
show it
and
for
for
her
her.
18th birthday, probably,
Yeah, at her 18th birthday party.
with everyone, surprise party.
Put it on.
That'll be perfect. Okay, I have a couple questions. I know Stacy does, and then I know that you guys need to get back to your life. But when would you say, would either one of you say that I fell in love with her? I know that you had that realization of a mom, and you probably felt great love throughout the pregnancy, but how did that evolve? I mean, because a lot of people that haven't been parents yet go, I don't know. I mean, they're little, they're scary, they're this, they're that. When did you two fall in love with baby Renee?
Yeah, I was actually talking to Michael about this the other day because I have a journal that's called a promptly journal that like prompts you through things to write in, and the section, like the newborn section, is like, do you feel like you've bonded with your baby? And if not, oh no, it's a postpartum journal, so it's just about me and stuff. But yeah, it's like, do you feel like you bonded with your baby? And if not, try these things and do skin to skin more. It is like giving me things to help me bond with her. But I was like, I don't need this at all. I'm like so completely in love with her. And I feel like the moment I held her, I just like, there was just a crazy spirit around me and Michael. And I just like, I don't know, my life like changed, and I've never been so happy in my life, to be honest. And so yeah, I feel like I'm just completely obsessed with her, and she just like feels like a little bit, she looks so much like Michael, like her eyes just look just like Michael's to me. So whenever I look at her, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe how beautiful she is. And yeah, I feel like I've completely bonded with her from the moment I held her.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Love
so
that.
sweet. How about you, Michael?
I don't know if there was just one moment, but I feel like ever since the day we got married on the honeymoon, even I was asking her for a baby, just because I love babies.
This is
I
So
like
true.
persuasion must not be his forte.
It is now.
He's been baby hungry for a while.
So when she was finally born and I got to hold her, I just felt ownership over it, which was awesome. I felt like I was responsible for not only bringing her into this, world, but taking care of her and making sure she has happiness and success in life, because there's just, there's so much that weighs on your shoulder as a parent. And obviously learning different ways to parent from you and dad is definitely beneficial to look back on what I want to make sure I'm doing for her. So I don't know. I just felt like the first time I was holding her, I was fast forwarding to what I hope she would know and have and experience in her life, and just feeling like ownership over, making sure that all of that happens. So I think from the first time I held her, I just fell in love with her and being able to bring her all those experiences.
Oh, that's so awesome, Michael. I love that. Well,
You haven't.
I have a couple questions for you guys. First we'll get the
Hurry,
fun
because
ones.
she's starting to wiggle.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I guess you kind of answer this. Who does Renee look like the most? I think she looks so much like you, Steph.
I love to hear that. I think she looks like Michael.
I think it's funny because it looks like Michael's holding a baby Stephanie right now, because I've seen your little baby pictures.
Yeah.
And I think she just looks so much like you. But who do you think she looks like?
What do you
Yeah, I think she's just like an exact mix. Like, I think
She
has
really does. A
Michael.
very feminine mix.
Oh, I know. She's so feminine. People say that all the time. Like, yeah, she just looks like a girl, which babies don't usually look like their gender. So, I think she has Michael's hair. Well, Michael's hair, obviously, and like I said, his eyes. But I think she definitely has my nose.
She has the
And
cutest
my-
little nose.
Yeah,
my
when
nose
you
from my baby pictures do look like her. So I think she's just an exact like 50-50.
Yeah, and that's that feminine. You really do. I mean, she has a lot of Michael's look, but it's a very feminine look. So, I mean, you can see that feminine part from you.
Oh, I love that. And then is there a trait that you hope she has from Michael? And then Michael, the same for you. Is there a trait that you have that she will have of Stephanie's? Like, is there something that
I'll go first.
okay.
I think she's already kind of manifested this to us, or it's manifested itself. Just Steph's ability to be musical and to express her feelings through music, and whether she's sad, happy, or whatever, she can use music to further express those feelings and then almost enhance them. So something that I'm not sure if it's because Stephanie played the piano so much when baby Ren was in the tummy or what, but she could be crying and be super sad, and Stephanie start playing the piano, or she could play a piano song on her phone and she'll calm down,
Wow.
which is awesome.
It's so
And
cute,
so I really
yeah.
hope that the way that Steph's mind works with music and just how artistic she is, I really hope that she has that as well. Just because it's blessed our lives, or Steph's ability to be musical and everything.
It's
So I
an
like that
awesome outlet to
for her to
have.
have.
Yeah.
I love that. What about you, Steph? What do you think hope she gets
Yeah.
from Michael?
The first thing that comes to my mind is Michael is so positive. Like, I feel like I have like 10 times more hard days than he does. And I'm like so emotional, and he's just always like sees the positive in everything, and he's so about putting positive energy out into the world and never vocalizing any negativity, because like speaking something negative has like a huge exponentially bigger, or how do you say that, effect than even saying something positive. Like, saying something negative has so much more effect on people and on the world and on your life. And so Michael's just been such an advocate of like being positive and being happy and talking your way out of something hard and stressful, which is such a cool quality. I don't know anyone like that. And so I hope that she has that in her, more an easier way to get out of hard times through her own mind. Like, I'm able to talk myself out of this. I'm able to remind myself that I'm grateful for so many things, and I'm positive, and and I do have a really good life, and that she can be happy through that, because I know for me that's really hard. And I get sad, I'm like, no, nothing can make me happy, and I have to kind of ride that wave out, but Michael can stop that in its tracks, which is so cool. So I really hope that she has that ability to just be as happy as Michael is. Yeah.
That is so
Jeez, I
awesome,
love that.
both of you. What do you want her, when she's kind of grown up more, to look back and say, oh, something that my mom taught me, something my dad taught me? I know you kind of answered it with that, but maybe is there something else that I hope she always knows we believe or we feel or we want her to grow up knowing that we have taught her or shared with her? Have you
Yeah.
thought? I mean, she's
Yeah.
only 24 days old, so right?
No, I
24
have,
today?
yeah, I definitely have thought about that. So I'll go. I mean, the most important thing I think of is just like that she's a daughter of God, and that, you know, Christ is her savior and someone she can always turn to, and she has a father in heaven and a mother in heaven, and that they brought her to us specifically, and um
Oh.
and just I know I'm so obsessed with her. I hope that she always remembers that I taught her that she's special, that she's a daughter of God, like I said, that she's priceless, you know.
Oh, that's
Steph,
beautiful.
that's
Put her that
beautiful.
way too. So
How about you, Michael?
I think just I would love her to know or experience. Yeah, I would like her to understand the power of love. Um, we think about, I mean, honestly, that's truly like the strongest force in this world, whether it's love for something good or something bad. You see the most successful people in the world because they have a love for either providing for their family, or whether it's something selfish and the love of money or of things. Um, I think I want her to learn how to use the power of love for good, and understand that she'll never be alone, that she has parents that will always love her, that she has, you know, grandparents and siblings and aunts and uncles and friends that love her, and that love really is gonna, you know, help her find happiness. Because I think one thing that really makes me stay positive and happy is I know at the end of the day I can go home and I have a, you know, a beautiful healthy baby, and I have a wife that likes me enough to not kick me out at night. And
I
don't
think she loves you. In
even
fact,
when
I
it's
know. Yeah.
when she wakes up at 2 in the morning, I still say jokes. But I would just love for her to understand the power of love and how it can be used and influenced for good.
Wow, that's beautiful, you guys. Do you have another one? Then I have a one to wrap us up with.
Yeah, just are you teaching Renee that I love her?
oh yes.
Okay,
That's
good.
actually what we haven't gotten to yet.
Oh, you haven't gotten to
They're
that
just
one
working
yet?
on her loving me and me loving her.
No, you've already been one of her very few babysitters. So
Holla. And we get to go on a vacation together. I'm sorry. I was at the store today and I was looking for baby swimsuits and they didn't have them out yet. And I was like, well, you need to have them so I can buy them for my
oh
niece.
yeah, that'll be fun.
Okay,
They
well
looked at
let's
me like I was crazy.
wrap this up. But let me ask you one more question. What would you say to other couples, young couples like yourself, anyone contemplating becoming a parent? Would you say it's worth it? Go for it. What advice would you give them?
Yeah, I would say it's the best thing ever. Like, what are you waiting for? Because it is scary, and I feel like a lot of people my age and like I don't know. I talked to my sister about this too. You know, she's told me that she feels like she's not ever gonna be ready, and like 10 years down the road, still no. You know, kind of. She's just really very against that, and I know she wants to have kids eventually, but I know she is scared, and I was scared, of course, and um but it's like I don't think you need to wait until you're exactly perfectly ready, because God's gonna help prepare you along the way, and mother's instinct is a real thing, and I know every woman will have it and has it, um and it's just the best blessing ever. I can't imagine not having her. So
Oh.
yeah, I would say just, you know, be prayerful about it, but it's the best thing you can do. It's the most selfless thing you can do.
Oh my gosh, Steph, you're so
I-
good at putting it all so beautifully together. You make it sound
There'll be
so
lots of babies born after this.
no, but it's so beautiful the way you portray your
You're
love
able
for
to
her and
articulate it
the way
so
you
well, yeah.
articulate. Yeah.
Michael, what would you say to your buddies, friends, anyone thinking, shouldn't I?
I mean, I think that's what this whole life is about, is creating and creating responsibly. And with that, responsibly has an asterisk, I think. You know, I firmly believe that, you know, children should be made within a family, built with love. And so one thing that really stands out to me is any feelings and emotions in the house before a baby is born is only going to be enhanced. So if there's frustration or misunderstanding between husband and a wife or mother and father, that's only going to be enhanced. If there's love and understanding and compassion, that's only going to be enhanced.
Wow.
It literally just, I mean, a baby's just, it's going to test your patience. And if if in the middle of the night she's crying and she's frustrated, if you don't have love and compassion towards your partner, you're not going to want to get up and help the baby. You're just going to roll over and say, hey, can you make that thing quiet, because it wasn't made out of love. And so I just think it's, focus on yourself, focus on your relationship first. You'll probably never be ready to be a parent, but once you feel like you love your spouse enough, I think that's the next progressive step in the sequence of being married, is once your love is at the level where you can't think of other ways to develop it or strengthen it anymore, that's when you bring children into it, because it unlocks a whole new door of love, I think.
I agree.
Wow.
Wow.
I
You
trademark.
guys are,
Sorry.
Oh my
you guys
gosh.
are super mature with just a 24-old
Day
24-day-old baby.
Oh, thanks.
You guys are doing great, because I know you're not sleeping. So-
Yeah, that's true.
you guys.
We're so obsessed with her. Like, we should have had her. You're right. We should have had a honeymoon baby.
Thanks, Scott and Tiff.
Well,
my gosh, you
congratulations.
guys.
Thank you for sharing. I know people will love to listen to this. And I mean, it's nice talking hindsight about how much you love having babies or your family, but you guys were right in those beginning hours and weeks and days to be able to get your perspective and your love. And I mean, now is the time that's really hard, because she's not on that sleep schedule yet, and she doesn't know night or day or anything, but I love watching the love between you two and your love for her. And that she'll grow up and have an incredible life with that kind of love as her foundation. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Oh, she's so
I just,
cute.
oh my gosh.
Look at that hair matching hair.
Oh my
Okay, we
gosh,
love you guys.
Thank you so much.
And thank all of you for
Oh,
joining.
she's waving.
Love you, baby girl.
Oh, you gonna wait for us, Ren? Oh my
Just
gosh.
smile. She goes, oh, I hear their voices.
Renee.
She goes, I want to go to bed.
She's like, what the heck?
Well,
Oh my
thanks,
gosh,
everyone.
you
Thanks
guys.
for being a part of the Evans Life, a remarkable adventure. Bye-bye,
Bye.
everybody.